Val here, and welcome to my Makeup 101 series. And this is going to be the second video. It's basically the second half of my face routine, basically. First off, as I did in my last video, as a disclaimer, I am not a makeup artist and I am not pretending to be one. These are just tips that I picked up watching my favorite YouTubers, and I've just modified them and applied them to myself, and I just thought I would show you guys what my makeup techniques are. So I'm going to start off by basically explaining the topics that we're going to be covering, which is contouring, all over bronzing, blush, and highlighting. So contouring is basically creating shadows in the face for a slimmer, more sculpted look, as well as if you have any area that you want to recede, like if you maybe have a double chin or your chin is too big like mine is, contouring is going to be the best thing for you, because then you can create these shadows to make it appear less prominent. And all over bronzing is totally different from contouring, because it's basically swiping the product on your face to make your face look sun-kissed and your skin look like you just been to the beach. Highlighting is going to be the opposite of contouring. Contouring is receding areas of the face. Highlighting will be bringing out areas of the face. And basically, what most people do is just highlight in the areas where the sunlight will naturally hit your face, and then you would get a more natural effect while still getting that highlighted and bright look to your face. And finally, blush is just adding a flush of color to your cheeks, because usually after applying foundation, you might need a little bit more color to your face. Right now I'm looking a little pale because I just have foundation and concealer. I don't have blush, I don't have any bronzer, any highlight. I just wanted like a blank canvas, and I do have my concealer in the V shape as I showed in my previous video. I did fill in my brows a little bit and put on a little mascara so you could sort of get a better idea when I actually use highlighting on my face. Starting off with contouring, the first thing you want to do is pick out the correct bronzer. And the basic rule for this is just stay away from shimmery bronzers, because when contouring, you're creating shadows in the face. So when you go out in the sunlight, if you use a matte bronzer, it's just going to look like a shadow. If you use a shimmery bronzer and you go out in the sunlight is going to hit the bronzer in your face, and it'll just bring out the hollows of the face instead of receding them. So just stick to matte or satin finish bronzers when contouring, and also try not to go over 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone, because it might just end up looking muddy on your face, and you just want a natural shadow on your face. You don't want to look muddy, no. For a natural look, the default is going to be to follow the natural contours of your face shape, but the beauty of contouring is that you can actually use it to reshape your features as well. So default meaning that it's going to be guidelines, but you do not have to stick to the guidelines if you want to reshape your face. Now for this video, I'm just going to show you what I do basically on every makeup look. So I'm just going to stick to the natural contours of my face. Also, because I want to create sort of a beginner's guide of makeup, and reshaping one's face is something really complicated and should not be attempted until you can master contouring. There are a lot of ways to do this, so this is by no means the set way of contouring. This is just what I've found the most simple, traditional way of sculpting your features and just slimming down your face. The first thing you want to do is take out your tool, and I'm using the Sigma F05 small contour brush, and I will be using a powdered bronzer, and it is the Benefit Hoola, which is my favorite bronzer to sculpt my face. First off, find the hollows of your cheeks, because we're going to start off by sculpting our cheeks. Suck it in like this, like a fish, or just find your cheekbone and find where it sinks. So there is my hollow, and you want to align this. Sorry if I'm looking at the viewfinder, I'm just trying to see if I'm doing it right. Once you find your contouring, you want to align it with basically with the beginning of your ear. Take your bronzer, tap your brush, and you're basically going to map out. Here you go. You want to map out where the bronzer is going to go. I do want to point out that you want to keep the darkest point near the ear, because then if you bring it too close to your face, it's just not going to look natural. Basically the same thing applies to blush, but we'll get to that in a second. Now that you've mapped it out, like so, beginning from the beginning of your ear, downward, you're going to blend this in circular motions. Another trick that you can do, and I don't know if it's easier to do this or just find your natural contours. I think that it's better that you find yourself a natural contour, because then you will basically know your face so well that you can do this in your sleep. But you can take something with a straight edge. I'm using my CoverGirl Crump Clusher, which I just got and I haven't opened because I'm still not done with my Maybelline the Rocket Mascara, but you can just line this up. Sorry, I'm trying to find a comfortable way to do this. Line this up with the beginning of your ear, and you can use this as a guideline. But I like to find the contours myself, and that way it's just easier. So you're basically going into the hairline too, because you want to make this as natural as possible. You want it to be gradient. You don't want a line to start from here. You actually want to blend this into your hairline. Now to contour your jawline, this is all going to depend on your natural bone structure, but if you want to make it stand out, if you have a small jaw, then you want to go underneath, behind the ear, and then underneath the jawline, and you want to blend that out in circular motions as well. The reason I'm not doing it is because my jaw is actually big. So when your jaw is big and you want to recede it, you're going to go on top of the jawline. I will do that right now. You're going to go on top of the jawline instead of underneath it. And you're going to go in circular motions, and you're going to go in front of the ear instead of behind it, because what this will do is blur your natural jawline, making it look less prominent. So it basically rounds out your face. If you happen to have a double chin maybe that you want to conceal, you're going to take your bronzer and you're going to go on top of the jawline as well and blend it downward. This is just going to create that natural shadow that you want to receive that double chin. For the temples, what you want to do is take the ending of your brow and use that as a guideline, and you're going to basically go into the hairline. If your forehead is wide, you can just take your bronzer and go into the hairline upward. Oh, my hair, sorry. Take your bronzer and blend it upward into the hairline. Look at all those baby hairs. Now this is going to help if you have a wide forehead, to recede those areas so that it won't stand out as much. You want to do the same thing on the other side. Follow the line of your brows and go into the hairline. And then if your forehead is wide, you want to go upward a little bit and blend this into your hairline as well. Now if your forehead is high, you want to take your bronzer and bronze in front of your hairline. This is basically going to make your hairline appear lower and therefore make your forehead seem shorter. Now for the nose, this is something that I don't do every day, but if I'm going to a more formal event, or if I want to do a more dressy look, I do tend to contour my nose. First, start off with a small brush, and this is my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. This is actually an excellent brush for this purpose. You want to take the bronzer, pat it, and you're going to start off in the beginning of your brow, right here. You want to start blending that. And you're going to make a line straight downward. You want to avoid the bridge of your nose because that's where we're going to place the highlight to make your nose appear slimmer. And you want to blend it outward. My nose may look a little funny right now, but it's because I'm trying to do a strong contour so you can guys really see that pop. Now we're moving on to blush, and the first thing you need is your tool. Depending on the texture of your blush, I'm actually going to be using a powder brush, and this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Dollface. And I have my EcoTools powder brush. I actually use this for blush, and it's really good. The first common misconception I feel that people have with blush is that you should smile when you're putting it on, and that is the total opposite. You do not want to smile when putting on your blush, because when you smile, your cheeks go up. And then if you smile and you're putting on blush, you think it's going to go in the high point of your cheek, and then when you stop smiling, the cheeks drop. And you want the look of high cheekbones for it to appear more youthful and natural. So smiling is a no-no when applying blush. Now a cool trick to find where exactly the apples of your cheeks are, or where you should be applying blush, is to take these two fingers and place them right here next to your nose. This point right here next to the fingers is going to be the apple of your cheeks. This is the space that you're going to need between your nose and your cheek. So this is where you want to start applying your blush and blending it outwards for that natural flush of color, and it's also going to make your cheeks look higher and more youthful. And you're going to blend this upward, basically following the contour line into your hairline. The fullest concentration of color should be in the apple of the cheek. And blend it outwards in circular motions. As you can see, there are no harsh lines in the blush or the contour, and my face actually looks bronzed as well. But to explain all over bronzing, you'll want to use a fluffy brush, and this is the Blush Brush by Real Techniques. By the way, this is a clean brush because I'm not actually going to all over bronze on top of my contour. You pick out your bronzer. I have by NARS Laguna, which is perfect for all over bronzing because it has that really subtle shimmer. I'm not sure if you can see that swatch. You just want to dust this on your forehead, on your temples, on your cheeks, on your jawline, down your neck, on your nose, basically anywhere that the sun would hit you when you go to the beach, when you get like a suntan. Anywhere that you would naturally get a suntan is where you would apply all over bronzers. Now for highlight, I'm going to be using my Benefit Moonbeam highlighter, and this is just a very iridescent sort of skin tone highlighter, and this is a cream-based highlighter. I do recommend that you leave the setting powder as a last step if you're going to be using cream-based products, so you avoid actual cakiness to the face. It won't look flattering if you use the powder beforehand. And I'm going to place this where the sun would naturally hit my face. So first off, the highest point of my cheekbones. You can actually touch your face and you can feel where the tops of your cheekbones are. So it's basically this line right here. I'm placing this on the bridge of my nose, and it is important that you not bring it too far downward because then it's just going to make your nose look longer, and that is not flattering at all. You can also highlight your jawline if you want it to pop, but I'm not going to be doing that because, as we established, I have a big jawline. Of course, underneath the brows as a brow highlight, and also on my Cupid's bow, top of my lip right there. And this is just going to make my lips seem more pouty and sexy and all that. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques base shadow brush to blend this into the skin. Since the bristles on this are synthetic, it's going to be really good for cream formulations. So you just want to blend that into your skin. And we basically applied highlighter where the sun would naturally hit your face. And it's just going to give you that really natural looking glow without going overboard. I forgot that you can also place highlighter on your forehead, because of course the sun hits your forehead. I absolutely love how my skin looks when I use this particular highlighter, the Moonbeam by Benefit, because since it's sort of a skin tone highlighter, it looks really great and it blends in really nicely. I'm going to apply a little lipstick so you can see if my lips look a little bit more pouty or not. Alright, so I put on a little lipstick to see if my lips actually look a little bit more pouty, and I think they do. But the final step would be to set the face with powder, and I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder and my big fluffy Real Techniques brush. You could just skip this step if you like your skin dewy, but I actually like to set my foundation because my skin can get fairly oily during the day. And there is the finished look, you guys. I'm just gonna zoom in right here, sorry. So you can see, sorry about the pimples, I have some breakout. So as you can see, I have a natural glow. You cannot see any harsh lines in the contouring, and the blush is strategically placed in the apples of the cheeks. So that would be all for my face section of the Makeup 101 series. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this was really informative for you guys. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I know a lot of people get confused when it comes to contouring and where to place it, where to place highlighter. So I really hope that this was helpful to you. If you want to know more about filling in your brows, winging out your eyeliner, smudging it out, the different types of smoky eye, stay tuned for my next videos on on my Makeup 101 series. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I had a lot of fun and I will see you next time. Bye!